Home base. Kink.
So, in 2018, you guys dropped the Jamo Gang EP, what you were just talking about.
Yeah.
And what can you tell us about Walking with Lions? Because next to being a hip hop head, I also grew up on metal. And this is all like building up towards the first time. But you guys did a track with Sid Wilson of Slipknot. How did you get that guy on a Jamo Gang record?
So we did that session. Jamo Gang started October of 2015, technically, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I threw a show at South by Southwest in March of 2016. So that was like, I can't really do math that well, but that was like 5-6 months later, whatever it was. I don't know. And
5 months.
El Gant was already friends with Sid, and El Gant was on my bill. He was already billed to play on my show. And Gant called me a week before, like right before I made the flyer. He called me. He's like, "Yo, can Sid Wilson play? Can he DJ, do like a set or like be my DJ?" I'm like, "Wait, like from Slipknot?" Like I knew who that was. I've been a fan since I was in high school. I was like, "Wait, for real?" He goes, "Yeah, that's like my boy. Like we go on tour and da da da." I was like, "Bro, can I add him to the flyer?" He goes, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm gonna loop you in with him and his manager." I became super tight with his manager and him immediately. And we met at South by, and there's like pictures of me meeting Sid, and like he's DJing and I'm like showing him like my beat machines and stuff, and like we became super cool. And then he became really tight with Raz because they're both in LA or whatever. And then like it was just us three being cool. I went on tour. Me and DJ Element went on tour with Sid a year or two after that, and then became really tight. And then when I went to LA for some meetings, right, like I guess summer of 2019, when we were supposed to turn the album into Fat Beats, by the way, July 9th, 2019, we were supposed to turn it in. I had to call the owner or whoever, Joe at the time, and tell him we didn't have it finished, but it was understandable. I went and played the album for Sid, and I go, "Dude, can we just sneak you on the album? Like, I'm not even gonna tell the guys. Could I just sneak you at the end of a song, like scratching or something, or singing, or whatever you want to do?" And he goes, "Of course." Like, I played him the album first, it was pretty much done. He was like, "Dude, of course, let's go." And like, he's like smoking a blunt, he's like listening. He goes, yeah, send it to me. And then he left for tour with Slipknot like the next day for like the rest of like the year, pretty much. But he called me, FaceTime me from Germany. He was in Amsterdam. He FaceTimed me from Amsterdam. He had he brought all of his equipment just like for the tour so he could be like messing around. He called me on FaceTime. He had his table set up, his mic set up in his hotel room. He goes, "Dude, I have an off day today. Send me a track. I'll get on it." I was like, "I actually have a song ready for you. I did it on purpose in case this happened, because I know how like last minute things could be with music, And he goes, "Dude, send it to me. Give me the BPM. I'm gonna FaceTime you to see what you think." Like he's FaceTiming, he's singing and FaceTiming. He's like sending me the email with everything. I'm like blown away. Like we were already good friends by then, so it was like, it's still really cool though. It's still like he's a human to me. He's not like this god. He still is a god to me, but he's not this god that I don't know anymore. You get what I'm saying? He's now a human. So, but to watch him work, which I've worked with him in person. We've done songs where we both rap over DJ Element beats and stuff like that. Songs that'll be coming out, and I've done remixes for him that are coming out, and he's on my last solo album and stuff, scratching. So like we're already boys, but like to see him sing and to see him scratch, and then be like, "Hey, is that good?" I'm like, "Yeah, send me the files, let's go." So I sent it to Raz and Gant. I'm like, "Surprise, our brother Sid's on the track," and they were like all capitals in the email. They're like, "Let's go, holy shit." And he nailed it. Like, and El Gant called me, he had the idea of taking, because he just sang at the end originally, Sid. He's like, "Yo, what if you take part of Sid's ending singing and place that in the hook so we can kind of go back and forth between Raz and him?" And I was like, that was a really dope idea. Like Gant comes up with some really dope arrangement ideas, so does Raz. So that's how the song came to be. You know what I mean? It was
amazing.
A really fun, exciting time. You know what I mean?
Well, it's pretty cool because I also listened to the Jamie Jasta show, Jamie Jasta of Hatebreed, and he had Sid on, and he was asking Sid like, "What are you listening to this year?" And he was also like, JPEG Mafia and Jamo Gang. Like he actually named both. Like, so a bunch of metalheads like also got to know about JPEG Mafia and Jamo Gang that same episode.
Thanks for the heads up, man. I'm gonna watch that episode actually. Thank you.
Kink. Home base.